my friend. Do you remember the first time we met? Any notable first impressions?
Our first meeting was, of course, over Zoom. But I remember kind of immediately being drawn to the vision, the energy, the size of the opportunity, your passion for everything. And then I had to have another meeting and eventually come meet you in Bogota. So I feel like that happened very fast.
The first time we met, it was like Bia had only like 7 months in the market. We didn't even have customers yet. I mean, we had a couple, I guess. We're trying to figure out like what was the potential of the business. And I remember you telling me like pretty straightforward into what's your business going in the financial perspective. You know, you have always been a person that like gives the right advice in terms of is your business gonna work or not? And I have loved that, you know, because it's been a great inspiration to what we have been building.
Your influence on me was the opposite, which is, I know I challenged you a lot, and we still talk a lot about this, but the value of all the information and data and technology that you're bringing to a market that's hasn't seen it. So you've pushed me a lot in my thinking of how to determine long-term value as well. But it seems like we strike a good balance in that way.
That's great.
What's a problem in tech that you wish more people were working on?
I think we're still in a position as a region where a lot of fundamental problems are not issued yet, you know, are not solved yet. So what we wanted to approach from at least our perspective in Bia is there was nothing relevant happening in the energy sector. You know, energy sector is a massive industry. People has no incentives. People don't even know they can change their energy retailer. The market is full of incumbent players not doing anything significantly different. The user has been like some kind of zombie, you know, receiving a physical paper that they don't understand and just paying for the sake of it. And we wanted to make sure that there were possibilities beyond what was in the market at the moment, and we really tried to solve that through tech. I wish there was way more focus into building large companies, solving and addressing, you know, the most fundamental issues of the region.
I agree. I do think LATAM as a region, you are starting to see some of this, where the real economy, not just, you know, e-commerce or, you know, payments or things that kind of have gotten a lot of attention, the real economy and the real things that impact people's lives are starting to see a lot of technology shift. And, you know, where we are today with artificial intelligence or, you know, whatever you want to kind of classify as this latest shift, we have the fundamental to change all the industries. And I think energy has been something particularly interesting for me personally, and that we've bonded on that because of exactly what you described. There's so many opportunities to get better experiences, more transparency, and really more efficiency into something that impacts the world and the planet and everybody on it to some extent. So it's kind of one of these things that I feel like if you start at the very micro, kind of small level, but can snowball into something that really makes a big difference. And anyway, your view and vision in that space really influenced my thinking in the energy sector.
I mean, that's like, there are two things that have changed since I started in this energy space, and one is like the approach of the venture capital into these kind of categories. You know, most of the VCs are, you know, they want less working capital, you know, less infrastructure, less.
Come on, we want high margins and predictability.
Yeah, high margins, super software as a service, super scalable. But when you get into understanding these industries, you understand that there's a massive potential. Like in one market alone, there's the basic need.
Well, everybody uses it.
Everybody uses it. Like, and it's not only gonna stay still, it's gonna keep increasing. You know, the more we evolve as humanity, we're gonna have more electric vehicles, we're gonna be more connected, we're gonna need more computing power. Like everything having to do with energy is just gonna be growing. And people don't just require people generating energy, they require people understanding what they are consuming and why. You know, it's the problem will not only be solved by generating more energy, it's gonna be solved also by understanding with data how you can improve your energy consumption and you can lower your energy consumption. We're gathering up to 34 variables per device per second. Imagine the potential of that, you know, imagine you understanding the industry from within and capturing that data. It's gonna not open a possibility for giving the users recommendations as to what to do better, but it's also gonna give us the data as how the industry is performing how
Yes.
many machineries they have, like what's the moments of the day where they are producing things, what's the most efficient air conditioning for the market.
Totally.
And that's just, the potential is just
We
endless.
were joking about it. It's not a SaaS business with SaaS returns. You have to rebuild kind of everything in your sector, and that requires different amount of capital, different amount of perspective and timing. And I think as venture capitalists in the region or globally, honestly, to solve these kind of big problems, we really have to rethink, how we fund companies, how we advise companies, the type of risks that we have to take. And I'm hopeful that we can play a small role in that as QED.
What's one thing you admire about how the other person runs their business?
Okay, so I mean, for you specifically, I've always admired your passion and energy. You just described it in terms of how you wake up every day ready to kind of go after the problem. I mean, it's a totally infectious energy. When you meet your team broadly at Bia or people that you've worked with in the past, everyone kind of respects that and follows in that footsteps.
Thank you very much, my friend. You have this ability to asking the right things to make you think about your business, but in the most amazing way, so that you really absorb that question and not just pushing and feeling that you are not understanding the business, which is amazing. And I mean, the more you think about building a company in the long term, it's thinking about how your brain and your mind is going to behave, and you need the right partners in your corner to keep you sane in that way. And the best way to do that is pushing the things you need to be pushed, but also give you the encouragement to keep moving forward. And I think you are a perfect example of how you treat a founder, and that's crazy. That's amazing.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot. It's a big part of my job, and so I'm hopefully getting parts of it right. It's great catching up. Thanks for doing this. This was fun.
Thank you very much.